want to change the world, says almost everyone in the entire world. And out of these many people, you'll find us, three sisters from Indonesia, holding the same sign, hoping to spark a fire in a world already burning with ideas. And you've probably been there yourself. Especially if you're young, it feels urgent. You want to do something defining for your future before time runs out. At least that's how life has been for us over the past year.
Having lived in a country full of challenges yet overflowing with potential, you feel this drive inside you, this need to prove that, you know what, I can change this, I can change that, I can push my country forward for the better. And starting last year, we've been really digging into competitions, business ventures, and many other opportunities, believing that under the name of betterment, sustainability, and impact, our ideas will sell. And so when we didn't get a call back on what's supposed to be the greatest idea ever, this will change the world, it became a jab of hard truths, knowing that in reality, people don't buy into change because it's good. At least not in a country where impact often comes last on the list. So while it's true that conceptually change sells, when you look at a market, you begin to ask who's actually buying it.
So, when another huge opportunity came our way last November, a challenge to develop a solution for sustainable alternatives to meat, fish, and dairy products. Instead of making the same mistakes of immediately rushing into ideas, we stop and ask, what is actually the problem in this industry? Because you can't just sell a half-baked idea. You need to find an actual problem, a problem that people would buy a solution for. And that starts by asking, what is actually happening around you? On the roads, in the air, and in the system we use every day. Because change is not some out-of-the-world concept. It's the errors in your surrounding that need fixing. You don't want to solve a problem that doesn't even exist. It has to start from what's wrong right here, right now, in people's lives.
And when things are wrong, there are reasons why. Take our case with alternative proteins, for example. Sure, they're great, better for the planet, better for the future, but most of the times they're expensive, hard to find, and sometimes they're just not that appealing. And that's the reason why people aren't adopting them as much as they should. The thing about change is that people don't fear it. I mean, humans are constantly evolving all the time. What they actually fear is losing what is already comfortable, what's been really working well for them. Because change means the loss of what was. And if what is not as convenient as, say, the way GPS replaced paper maps, most people become reluctant to it.
That said, only when you've identified the why can you know the how. Now this is very interesting because most of the times, our how is only corresponding to our what. Oh, the solution to the non-sustainable protein industry? Well, just swap vegan protein sources and slap the word sustainable on top of it. While forgetting that around 97% of the global population follow and prefer a non-vegan lifestyle. People forget that change can only happen if people allow it to happen. The hard truth is, it's not because you want to change the world for the better that people want to buy into your idea. In fact, most people don't want to hear your great idea. They want to be heard. Your solution needs to be beneficial. It has to offer more gain than loss.
How we do this is by meeting people where they are. If, in our case, current alternative protein options are pricey or simply aren't more appealing than, say, meat, eggs, and dairy, we offer them something they can't resist, something affordable, something familiar, which is a protein sweetener that tastes just like the sugar everyone loved. It contains 0 sugar, which makes it healthier and also better for the planet.
Change is a big word. Everyone talks about it, especially when it comes to sustainability. But let's be honest, real change is hard. Why? Because change is not always convenient. Change is most of the times costly, some other times inaccessible, and even unappealing. And that's the first problem we're trying to solve: inconvenience and lack of access to change. At the same time, change needs to happen soon, because one of the most emerging industry right now, the traditional protein industry for sources like meat, fish, and dairy, are anything but sustainable, as shown in the data here. The impact will only get worse. And finally, here's a very unexpected twist to the conversation: sugar. Today, 422 million people globally live with diabetes. Overconsumption of sugar is costing individuals their health and quality of life. And that is why we want to introduce a win-win solution that tackles all these problems. We're creating easy access towards sustainability while at the same time improving humans' lives.
We came up with a solution that is very close, very familiar to you, and can be used in your everyday meal, like sugar. except it's protein. Sweet protein to be exact. Sweet protein is naturally found in these berries. It is incredibly sweet, up to 3,000 times sweeter than sugar. However, they're extremely rare and hard to cultivate, which is why here in Sweeter Side we resort to microbial fermentation. With AI-driven computational protein design, we replicate the DNA of the sweet protein found in natural berries and insert it into microbes like yeast. These microbes are fed sustainable nutrients, such as agricultural byproducts, and during fermentation, they produce the sweet protein. After extraction and purification, we're left with a protein that tastes just like sugar, but contains zero sugar. This method is sustainable, precise, and highly efficient. This is how Sweeter Side will shape the future of food. It's better for you, your health, and it's sustainable. And the best part is, transitioning to sweet protein is easy. Just swap it for sugar in your everyday meals, from baked goods to even your daily coffee.
We believe this will change the lives of many people. If you're someone who wants to make healthier choices, if you're environmentally aware, or even if you're a protein and sugar consumer, if you're one of these, you are our target consumer. And trust me, you'd love to try our products. And this is how we reach out to you. With our B2B channel, you'll find our products at your local coffee shop where you can replace sugar in your coffee with sweet protein. We're also partnering with bakeries, drink stalls, and manufacturers, so you'll always have the option to choose Sweeter Side instead of sugar. Or you can also buy Sweeter Side directly at supermarkets, fitness centers, and online platforms. Imagine a world where enjoying the sweetness in your meals is healthy and sustainable. This is what happens when you replace 20% of sugar consumption with sweet protein, a massive change towards the global health and the environment. And the change is easy. Just swap your sugar with our sweet protein in your everyday meals, so that the next time someone asks, what do you put in your coffee, you can say, it's not sugar, it's protein.
See what we did there? We solved real problems that people actually want solutions for. We understood people and their whys, and finally, we tackled the how by creating something that isn't just better for them and the planet, but also easy for them to adopt.
And that is how we sell change and turn our ideas into a winning solution by simply seeing change not just as a great mission, but also as a solution that you want people to buy into. Because what good is a great mission without great marketing? And what good is an idea if no one buys into it? So, when it comes to change, make sure you're a great salesman and make sure that you're selling.